Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we have come with you with a video of who will win the Premier League Player of the Year for the 23 to 24 Premier League season. And yes, I know it's only been game week 1, but this is me saying players that could win it, my prediction. And before we get in the video, guys, please remember to like, subscribe and help us reach my goal of 300 subscribers by the end of the year. You guys are smashing at the minute, the subs are going up, the views are going up, the likes are going up, and you're engaging, which is amazing, so thank you so much. And obviously keep commenting please, because I like to talk to you guys. But I'm going to start from the bottom of the league and go to the top. Obviously the teams like Villa start at the bottom because they've just been pumped by my team, Newcastle 5-1. But let's start, as I said, Aston Villa. Now, I went for a solid choice first. I think could be an obvious one. Emi Martinez, solid goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers in the league and slash the world, won the World Cup and everything. So I think it's easy to go for Emi Martinez, so that's why I've put him in. And also Moussa Diaby, a very, very, very exciting player. He looked a handful. I was there, I've got a season ticket for Newcastle, and he was a handful when we played against him the other day. Just very, very fast, and he's got good finishing. There was a chance, he should have scored another chance, he could have got 2 that game, but he just looks very, very good. And I think the play between him and Ollie Watkins will be amazing this year. Now going into the second team who's bottom is Burnley. Burnley, I found it quite hard, but I just went for 2 players that I quite like. Sander Berge, I think he's a good player, signed from Sheffield for about £15 million. Quite like him, I think he's a good player. I think he could thrive for Burnley. And then also I went for Lyle Foster, and I'm going to tell you the pure reason. I started a Football Manager at Burnley save, and Lyle Foster scored 45 goals in 46 championship games and got 12 assists. I was like, I'm putting Lyle Foster in. He started against Man City. He is going to be up there. And I think when I say teams like Burnley, Luton, Sheffield, Villa, guys, I think it's just like who could slash Premier League Player of the Year, slash contender, slash who could be that club's Player of the Year. Now, moving into Luton Town, I went for Ross Barkley, the signing. I got a free quality player. I think he'd be amazing for Luton. I think he'd be a standout for Luton. And also Carlton Morris, who scored Luton's first ever goal of the Premier League era for Luton Town. I think Barkley, as I said, he's a good player. I think he should be the standout for Luton Town. I think he'll show the quality he's got. Then also Carlton Morris, I quite like him. I think he's a good striker. I think he'll score about over 10 this year, maybe a bit more. I do like him though. So let's see if I'm right. Now going into Sheffield United, I have went for Anel Ahmedziyech. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Sheffield United fans, help us out. Yeah, I don't know if it's Anel. I'm not sure. And then I've also went for a new guy, Vinicius Sousa. He's from Brazil, I think. I think he was on loan in the Spanish league last year, and then I don't know where they signed him from, but he got about, I think it was about 70 million. Looks a quality player. He had a really good year in Spain last year, so let's hope he can for Sheffield United. But now going into Everton, the team that got beat by Fulham on the weekend. I went for new boy Danjuma. I think he's a good player. You know, he's showed quality for Villarreal. He's been a fantastic player for them. He was good for Bournemouth. I think he'll be a decent player for Everton, and I'm sure he'll come in soon. Everton have also confirmed the signing of Jack Harrison, that adding attacking players to the ranks. Also, they should want to be looking for a striker, in my opinion. I know they've just signed this young lad from Sporting, but I think they should also be looking for another one, because you can't trust Calvert-Lewin. And also I want to say thoughts with Neil Maupay, who's been getting threatened and abused horribly by some fans. I mean, it was only football at the end of the day, and you know, if he's not good enough, he's not good enough. He shouldn't be abused, but it is what it is. And also I went for Jordan Pickford, solid goalkeeper. He's been a crucial player for Everton in the survival. And I think he'll be up there most years for Everton Football Club. Now going into Nottingham Forest, I went for Morgan Gibbs-White. Absolute phenomenal player. I think he'll end up at a good club soon. And he had a good Euros for England that they won. And I've also went for Taiwo Awoniyi. I really like the look of Awoniyi. I think he can get you. I think in a good team where you attack and your strikers get chances, I think he gets 15 goals. I really like the look of him. I think it could be a potential option for Arsenal to come on off the bench or something. He could be that person. You know, Eddie Nketiah scored though, so I want Nketiah to do well. I hope Nketiah can be that. He can just have a breakout, but like a proper breakout. But we'll see. Now going on to Wolves, guys. I went for Pablo Sarabia and I went for Matheus Nunes. Both cracking players. I think there'll be a big part in Wolves staying in the Premier League this season. I do think I'm quite 50-50 to stay up. I've just got Martin O'Neill in, but I do like the look of Nunez and I do like Sarabia. I think them two could have make a good understanding with each other this year. Now going on to Manchester United, guys, I went for new signing Rasmus Højlund, and I think he's a great player. I think you look at his goal scoring record, he doesn't look like he scores that much, but I'm pretty sure when Newcastle signed Isak, who I think is a superstar, world class, I don't think he scored that many goals this season before for Real Sociedad. So, or Sociedad, you know, I don't know the Spanish pronunciations. So, I think he could come alive this year. I think he will score a lot of goals for Man United. And also, Man United star boy, Marcus Rashford. Fantastic season last year. He's happy, he's smiling again. I'm so pleased for Marcus Rashford. He will definitely be up there for Premier League Player of the Year. Now, going into West Ham, I went for new boy Edson Alvarez from Ajax. Mexican player who's very versatile, apparently can play right back, centre back and in the midfield. I think he'd be more crucial from the midfield for West Ham. So I think he could be that defensive midfielder, that DM, and I think Souček might push on higher now. Play the role Rice was playing last season. Or that guy I went for who can also slot on that role is James Ward-Prowse, 30 million bargain. I think he's a cracking player. I think he'll have a really good season for West Ham. And I think West Ham are finally getting players in, which is good for them. They're waiting for the Maguire. I think Maguire will be a good sign for West Ham, but I think they also need a striker because they have sold Scamacca to Atalanta. So I think they've got to get that one, a good striker in, because you can't rely on Antonio. He's not going to score you 15 goals, so I think they've got to do that. Now going for Liverpool, I went for Alexander Arnold in his new role. I think he will do very well this year for Liverpool. And I've also went for Mr. Reliable. Mr. will get you 20 goals every year, Mohamed Salah. And he can also push to get you 30. He's won the Player of the Year before. He'll definitely be up there for Player of the Year. Now going in for the 11th team now, it's Chelsea. I've put in Kunku, providing he's going to be out for about 2 to 3 months. But I think he could come back and have that impact for Chelsea where you think, no, wow. I think it could be possible. And I've also went for the new captain, Reece James. And just to say on Reece James, he looks like he's absolutely loving the responsibility of captaincy. So fair play to him. Congratulations to Reece James as well. He's a cracking player. I think he's England's best right back. So I think them two. For Bournemouth now, I've went for someone. I've actually kind of bent the rules for Bournemouth, yeah. I've put a player that could be up there for Young Player of the Year. If he gets the game time, he should. It's Alex Scott. Fantastic talent. Even Pep said stuff about him like, wow, this kid is good. So Alex Scott, and I went for Hamad Junior Traore, who they signed from Saluzzo in January. He looks like a good player. I think he could be Bournemouth's Player of the Year. So we'll see about that. Now, going into Spurs, I went for someone who was fantastic yesterday. I've actually changed my mind and put him in. It's Yves Bissouma. He was fucking mint for Spurs, I thought, yesterday. I thought he was really good. I think the role suited him perfectly. I don't think when Conte was there, I don't think Bissouma quite fitted Conte's system, where I think under Ange, I think he's got a role there. And I went for Christian Romero. You see what happens when Romero went off yesterday. Spurs look like they are one injury Romero off, a bit of a collapse at the back, but they did look decent yesterday. A big improvement. I don't think they were great, but I don't think they were bad. I think they were, they played decent, and obviously the change in the style from defensive fossil football to attack, which is good for the fans. So it's what you want to watch and good for the public eye, really. Now Brentford, I've went for the man who scored a penalty yesterday, Bryan Mbeumo, quality player. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a big move soon. I really like him. And I went for new boy Nathan Collins. I think Thomas Frank could get something out of him and make him a much better defender than he already is. So that's why I went for him. Now going on to Fulham, I think the obvious one, João Paulinho, fantastic footballer. A bargain, actually, I'd say, Fulham got from. They won over 100 million for him, apparently, as well, if he had to go. I really like the look at him. I went for him. And I would have said Mitrovic, guys, but it looks like Al Hilal are pushing for Mitrovic now, so I'm not going to say him. I'm going to go for someone else who was great yesterday on Saturday against Everton. It's Bernard Leno. He was fantastic. He literally kept Fulham in the game so much, like, it was crazy. Now 16, Crystal Palace. I went for Eze and Olise, the poster boys, I'd say, off Palace. It's everything you want, and they are everything you want in a player. Young, exciting, creative, skillful. So I like the both of them. At least it could be away, but I believe he's going to stay. this season, and so that's why I've put him down. Arsenal, I went for Declan Rice. He was fantastic for Arsenal the other day against Nottingham Forest, and I went for Bukayo Saka. Scored an absolute worldie for Arsenal. So I think Arsenal win the league. So I think them two players will be up there. Now Man City, I went for the obvious one, Erling Haaland, goal machine. He's an absolute phenomenal talent in football. Not just a talent though, he's a world-class player already. And I went for Rodri, the guy that scored the winner in the Champions League final. Also scored against Burnley the other day. So I went for him. For them too, I think they could definitely be up there for winning the player of the year. I think Haaland just won it last year, so they'll definitely be up there. Brighton, I went for Karumi Toma, fantastic footballer again. Had a great year last year. It's going to continue this year. I think he'll leave Brighton actually at the end of the season. I think he'll get a good move somewhere. And Lewis Dunk, solid player Lewis Dunk. I think he's very underrated. I think he should definitely be in with a shout to be in that England fold, but I think he's a very good footballer, Lewis Dunk. And he's came on leaps and bounds since I had him in the Championship. And now last and least, my team, Newcastle United. I'm gonna give you 3, but I'm gonna give you 5 because I love every single player. Joe Linton, I would love it to be him. What a turnaround, what a transformation! I've seen nothing like it. Alexander Isak, wow, world class superstar. And I went for Sandro Tonali, but I think the other shout in there could be Bruno Guimaraes and Sven Botman. And you could also say Nick Pope. There's a lot of players from Newcastle you could say, and it obviously is from other teams, but if I had to pick 2, I would say Joe Linton and Alexander Isak. I think Joe Linton's the first name on the team sheet, and I think Isak is a superstar, as I've said. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, help us reach my goal of 300 subscribers by the end of the year. It would be massively appreciated. The next video tomorrow will be my Premier League predictions for game week 2 and reacting to my Premier League predictions, because let's just tell you that some of them might not be the best. I might have made a few mistakes there. But guys, as I say, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.